We're going to do 3 looks with 4 powders from brand new UK dip powder company, Veraux. I hope I'm pronouncing that properly and we don't have another Glowdip incident. So while I'm just organising my space here, let me give you a little update. It has been quite exciting because when Veraux contacted me, they didn't even have their website up. So I was literally one of the first people to get to try their kit. So I'll pop a picture here for you, and as you can see, it is very Glowdip reminiscent. The bottles, the powder pots, and even their dusting off brush is exactly the same as the Glowdip one, but kind of a little bit cheaper. And it is a proper starter kit. You get everything you need. There's even a cuticle oil in there, which is a really nice addition. Your full set of liquids, including a primer, and right now you get to pick 6 colours. So it's listed at £65. You know what's coming. I've wrangled a discount. So if you use my code, you will get £10 off every purchase, not just kits, every purchase over £50. That also includes free delivery, 3-day delivery, by the way. So that's very definitely worth checking out. So for the first of these 3 manicures, I am going to use Shimmer Blue, Boo and Celeste. How are we liking my new little filming setup here? I am absolutely in love with this desk mat. And these cute little bowls that I got to catch the dip powder in are flowers. I'm also using the new camera, which I haven't quite got to grips with. So I apologise for the fact that in this part my hands tend to be in the lower half of the frame. So my nails are all prepped and ready to go. And we're going in with our base coat. And you can always tell the quality of a good base coat by how thin you can get the layers. So we are wiping off as much as possible and not worrying too much about getting this first layer completely right. Dipping in at that 45-degree angle, tapping off, and then running around the cuticle with an orange stick. And this is very much a rinse and repeat over the rest of the nails. And what I really wanted to demonstrate in this video using these 4 powders is just how different an effect you can get with minimal colours. So this first mani is a bit of a tonal vibe. I've gone for the dark colour in the middle, a lighter glittery blue on my 2nd and 4th finger, and then my thumb and baby finger in that lovely pale blue. So I have fully dipped. I've got 3 layers of colour on each finger and then a layer of clear over the top. You don't have to do that, although it is advisable when you're using glitters. So we are activating, making sure you do a decent 2 coats. And remember what I said earlier about the sign of a good base liquid? Look how thin and flat these nails are. There's like hardly any filing I need to do. I'm just going to use a buffing block to tidy them up a little bit. And it's little things like this that make your manicure quicker to do as well. And then of course the final stage is our top coat. Don't worry too much about getting the first layer of top coat perfect. Get it on, let it dry. And when you do that 2nd layer of top coat, you can make sure it's all perfect. You've capped the edge and you can show off the pretties. And see how gorgeous this top coat is. It is so glossy. And when it's dry, do not forget to put on your cuticle oil. I always forget and I go straight in with the camera. Snap, snap, take pictures. And I haven't done the cuticle oil. So don't forget. So into mani number 2, if you fancy something a little bit more subtle, you can stick to 1 main colour and then just add a little bit of glitter on a couple of fingers to add a little bit of interest. And this technique is so easy to do. And actually, depending on what colours you use, this could actually be really bright. If memory serves, I did a mani with this technique with some different colours that came out quite different. So this is Moon Blue as the main colour, and as you can see I've already done these 3 fingers. So we're going to do a couple of coats of the moon blue to make sure we've got a nice solid background. And then when you do your next layer of base, you're going to take your glitter and you're just going to dip the corner of the nail in. And when you're happy with how far across the nail it comes, take some clear dipping powder and pour that over the top. And you can do this once, you can do it twice, it's totally up to you. Have a play so you get the effect that you want. Go through your normal steps, activating, buffing, top coating, and this is our second look finished. And it really can be as loud or as subtle as you like. So for this third, final, and very definitely my favourite manicure of this video, we are using Boo, Celeste and Shimmer Blue. And you can see me prepping my workspace here because I'm getting ready to do an ombre, specifically a tap-on ombre. And there's nothing worse than if you're starting something like this, not having all the equipment that you need to hand. So I've got my powders, my liquids, something to catch the excess powder in, and you're going to need some fluffy brushes, one for each colour that you intend on using. They don't have to be fancy or expensive brushes, these are the cheapest eyeshadow brushes I could find. Through a bit of trial and error you'll figure out just how fluffy a brush you enjoy using, but these work pretty well for me. And I have also got some very cute stickers. And I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with stickers, to be honest, because I'm always afraid they're just going to look cheap and stupid, like they don't belong on the nail. But if you place them properly and you seal them in, it's a way you can make your nails look that bit more special without having to do extravagant nail art. Not to mention the fact that if you're doing this on both of your hands, you might be very good at painting with one hand and not so good at painting with the other. So using stickers, everything looks consistent. Now, doing a tap on ombre, you have to be patient. You have to trust the process. It's going to look a bit rubbish to begin with. You've just got to go with it, especially these first couple of layers. And as you can see, I'm just trying to get the colour on. I'm not being too precious about where they go. You're going to find that you miss bits, but don't stress. It will all come good in the end. So apply a nice thin layer of base coat, load your brush up with powder, and then just gently tap the brush. Now, the further away you are from your finger, the lighter the distribution of powder is going to be. The closer you get to your finger, the more defined that distribution of powder is going to look, which you might think, what the hell is she talking about? But when you're doing it, trust me, you will understand. And I always fall into the same trap. I start really high, it's all going well, and then I get impatient and I get closer and closer to my finger until a big blob of powder drops on, and then I'm not happy because the ombre effect isn't subtle enough. So it takes a bit of getting used to, but it is totally worth it. And because you are tapping on this powder, your layers are super thin. So don't worry about going up to a 5th or even a 6th layer, because it will still probably look the same as about 4 normal layers when you've dipped your finger into the pot. Now, as you've got these first couple of layers on, you'll want to start refining how you want your ombre to look. And I wanted to create a sort of a vertical ombre, a bit like a shadow, because the two blues that I'm using aren't too far apart shade-wise. I wanted to have the darker blue on one side of my nail and the lighter blue on the other. As you already know because you've seen the thumbnail, I'm trying to create this starry sky type effect. So tilt your hand in the direction that you want the powder to fall on. So I'm tilting my hand to the left, so the right hand side of the nail is exposed and that's all the powder can land on. And then when I'm doing the other colour, I tip my hand the other way and then that colour can only go on that side of the nail. I'm sure I'm making this sound far more complicated than it needs to be. And then for the final layer, I wanted to tap on just a little bit of the glitter. I didn't want to dip in directly to the glitter because then you'd lose some of the ombre effect. So I gently tapped on the glitter, did some clear, and then the usual activate, file, etc. Now you could leave it there, or you can add stickers like I did. The piece of video where I actually apply the stickers seems to be evading me. but I will be making a separate video on how to apply stickers properly. So if you would like that, please drop me a comment. But essentially, the basic rule with stickers is you apply them after you've activated, filed and buffed. If they are very thin stickers, you will probably get away with just putting your top coat on. If they are slightly thicker stickers, or you want to make double, triple sure that they do not come off, I would advise putting a layer of clear powder on top of the sticker and then finishing again and then top coating. And I really have to say, this is one of the favourite manicures I have done in quite a while. I do really like my cutesy, kawaii, pink pastel-y type things. And even though this is just using blue and a little bit of glitter and these really cute little cloud stickers, I think it works really well. And I'm quite proud of this one actually. So what ideas are you coming up with right now? What have I inspired you to do with the colours that you already have? Or do you fancy having a go with this brand, with these blues? Don't forget, if you fancy giving this brand a go, you can get £10 off any purchase over £50, including their rather awesome starter kit. I will see you on the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!